Hey everybody, it's Warren, and it's a great morning because we have some new official Avengers Endgame promo art. They look really awesome. They don't really reveal anything, at least most of them don't. There are a few details in some of them that I'll go over, but really what it's doing is just getting everybody hyped up for Avengers Endgame, and it's doing a great job. Of course, all of these promo photos are of the Avengers that are still alive. There are none of the Avengers that fell to the decimation, which makes sense because we probably won't see much, if anything, of the heroes that fell victim to the snap. Marvel is going to do everything they can to keep spoilers from getting out for Avengers Endgame, so we won't really see anything of the fallen heroes. So I'll go through these photos, and if there's anything to break down, I will. Also, only a handful of days left on the Infinity Gauntlet giveaway. The winner will be announced on New Year's Day, January 1st, so if you'd like to enter for your chance to win, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below with your thoughts and your favorite superhero. So let's start off with good old Captain America. This is a pretty classic and retro look. In Infinity War, Captain wasn't really Captain America. He put that mantle down. But as we've learned from leaked promo art in the Avengers Endgame teaser trailer, he's going to take on the mantle of Captain America again in Avengers Endgame. So we see the scale armor on his chest plate, and he's even wearing his Captain America helmet. So the good old Captain America that we know and love is back. In the next photo, we have Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, and what sticks out to me in this photo is her hair. Now, it's kind of hard to tell because the photo is really red, black, and white, but it looks like her hair is red again. In the Avengers Endgame trailer, she still had blonde hair, but we've seen leaked photos of her having red hair, and it appears that she has red hair in this photo as well. So it seems like at some point in time in Avengers Endgame, we will see her with red hair again. Or maybe it's a Black Widow that we see in the past when they time travel. We'll have to wait and see. We then have Nebula, and there's nothing new in this photo, but we know that she's going to play a very important part in Avengers Endgame because of how close she was to Thanos. And not to mention, she'll be on the Benatar with Tony Stark in the beginning of Avengers Endgame, so we know she's going to play a pretty important part in the movie. Then we have Rocket Raccoon. Again, nothing really new here, but he could play a vital part in finding Tony Stark. Rocket is a tech whiz, and Tony is stuck on the Benatar, which is the Guardian's ship, so maybe he knows how to track it somehow. We then have AntMan, and again, no differences here, but we know he's going to play a huge role in Avengers Endgame, especially when it comes down to the quantum realm. I think everybody is pretty much expecting AntMan to go into a time vortex and discover time travel and then show the rest of the Avengers, and this is how they'll go back in time. We then have the Hulk, and this is the same picture that was in the first leaked promo art photo that we got for Avengers Endgame. So nothing new here, but we do get a close-up look at his face, which does look a little bit more like Banner than Hulk normally does. Plus, he is wearing a suit, so I think everybody is pretty much expecting Professor Hulk to show up in Avengers Endgame. We then have Hawkeye, who is actually holding a bow and arrow. Although Hawkeye will become Ronin in Avengers Endgame, I would be shocked if we didn't see him with a bow and arrow at some point in time. He will most likely be Ronin only when he's tracking down the Yakuza, and when he comes back and regroups with the Avengers, he will take on the mantle of Hawkeye again. So we will most likely see Clint be Hawkeye and Ronin in Avengers Endgame. We then have Captain Marvel, who is in a classic Captain Marvel pose. We learned from the Captain Marvel prelude that she was Nick Fury's backup plan. If the Avengers ever failed at doing the job, he would call in Captain Marvel, which we saw at the end of Avengers Infinity War. And I'm guessing in the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel, we'll learn a little bit more about her role in Avengers 4. We then have Thor, who is wearing the same armor that he was wearing in Avengers Infinity War. Thor is also somebody who's believed to maybe rescue Tony Stark. Since Stormbreaker can summon the Bifrost, it would make sense for Thor to go out and search for Tony. And in the Avengers Endgame trailer, it looks like Thor is pretty beat up about the fact that he didn't go for Thanos' head. So he probably feels some sort of guilt about that, so we know he's going to do whatever he can to undo the snap in Avengers Endgame. And now we have Iron Man. This is an awesome photo. I love that it's just of the helmet. It looks super intense. Notice that it's the same armor that he wore in Avengers Infinity War. There's talk of him maybe getting new armor in Avengers Endgame, but in this photo, it's still the same armor that he wore in Avengers Infinity War. It does, however, seem like his shoulders and his chest plate are a little bit different in this photo. They're actually white, so he could be wearing his Quantum Realm armor that we saw in leaked photos not too long ago. Then there's this awesome photo of the Infinity Gauntlet with all of the Infinity Stones in it, and it is completely intact. It's not damaged at all. Now, this is just promo art, so it does not mean that the Infinity Gauntlet will be repaired in Avengers Endgame, but it's a really cool picture of the gauntlet. But that leads us into the final photos of Thanos. As you can see, Thanos is wearing his armor in every one of these photos. There's a big emphasis on it, so that means we will probably see him wear his armor a lot more in Avengers Endgame. He also has his double-bladed sword. So him wearing his armor and having his sword implies that he's not at full strength. The Russo brothers have said that Thanos is permanently damaged from the snap. They also said that Thanos took off his armor in Avengers Infinity War because once he gathered 2 Infinity Stones, he felt like he was powerful enough to not need the armor. So the fact that he's wearing the armor and has the sword implies that he's not at full strength and he feels like he needs the armor to take on the Avengers in Avengers Endgame. Also note that in one photo he has the Infinity Gauntlet on and in the other photo he does not. So he may not have the Infinity Gauntlet the whole entire time in Avengers Endgame. So that is it for the new official promo art photos for Avengers Endgame. Let me know what you all thought about them in the comments down below, and let me know how excited you are for Avengers Endgame. Also be sure to subscribe, comment, and like the video so you can enter the giveaway for the Infinity Gauntlet and so you can stay up to date on everything related to Avengers Endgame. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.